Yo, shout out to the Most High. The top of the eyes, even our Lord Sadis LDs, also known Lawrence One, for another episode of I Need to Know. With my special guest, introduce yourself.
What's happening, man? I'm D from Oakland, you feel me? Up and coming artist from the Bay, born and raised. Not a lot of people know about me, so man, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be here, LDZ.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he tried to come on like he was a politician. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm from the town, but I'm also college educated, so I can talk that politics shit too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we get the drum roll. Ra, da, 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 da. So, D.
What's happening, man?
So what does D stand for, man? I like to ask all my guests where they get their name from. Elaborate on that a little bit.
That's a good question. So I went by, first I was like cool ass. I was always known for being too cool for school because I was so laid back. My real name is Daniel. That's my real name.
Okay.
But you feel me? Once I started developing my own identity, everybody around the town started calling me D.
Okay.
That's where the D came from.
That's right.
The from Oakland part comes from all this gentrification and all these new people coming in here, want to be from the town for the, how should I say it, for the name of Oakland, but not really know what it means to like actually grow up and be from here.
Okay.
So that's why I call my shit D from Oakland, so you know that I'm original from the town.
Okay,
That's
so
why it's D from Oakland.
okay, so real quick, if you didn't stay in the Bay Area, what other city would you want to be in? Like if
Outside of the Bay?
outside of the Bay.
That's a good ass question. I mean, I love the Bay so much, but I would probably say somewhere like Miami.
Miami, you been to Miami before?
Nah, but I'm going there in November for the first time.
Okay, be safe.
Yeah, we got a musical showcase out there. We finna go ahead and win that showcase, so we'll be out there in November.
You going to?
He better be.
Okay, so what 60-30, 70-40, what?
There you go.
Okay, I said 60-40.
Right.
No, 60-30. I said 60-30, 70-40. My math was off.
10 that. It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
You
my
good,
math
man.
was off, but I called it though. You know, I counted the change back at Lucky's.
Right. But
So-
yeah, I would say somewhere like maybe Miami. Miami got like beautiful scenery. You know what I'm saying? The trees, the ocean. I could see myself somewhere in Miami, but I wouldn't rule out somewhere low key like Mississippi.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? But I would have to that's somewhere where I would retire.
gotcha. Okay, I feel the same way about Texas
Okay.
or North Carolina. I just got back from North Carolina, man. Shout out to Charlotte.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Club Stats. You know what I'm saying? They got a club out there called Stats. You know, you know what's so dope about the clubs on the East Coast or 3,000 miles away?
What's that?
That when you go to the club, the Warriors games, if they play out here, they come on really late at night. So you in the club watching West Coast games at virtually like about 10 or 11 at night with loud music in the background.
Oh shit. That's
It's
different.
It's super lit.
That's different.
And then all the clubs sell food.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole different vibe. And down there, everything is just so alive with all that greenery and stuff like that.
But surely, during my graduation, I had a chance to go check out Beale Street in Memphis.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with Beale Street.
I've never been to Memphis.
Beale Street is fucking beautiful, bruh.
Okay.
Like how you say about having the food inside the nightclubs. They
Yeah.
got like live performances.
Yeah.
All black down there. So Beale Street was hella beautiful. I got to see that during my graduation in Memphis.
So where did you graduate from?
Mississippi Valley State.
Okay. So you want to expound on that? I mean, how did you get there? Let me do it one more time. How did you get there?
That's a loaded question within itself.
Okay.
Because coming from East Oakland, where I come from, education wasn't something that was taught in the hood.
Okay.
Nobody in the hood was like, let me go get a college degree.
Uh-huh.
I got to this point in my life where I had to make a decision. It was between do some street shit or go to school. And I chose to take my ass to school.
That's right.
So what happened was I went to the College of Alameda in 2015, and I graduated from there in 2018. I went on an HBCU college tour, what happens to change my life.
That's right.
I didn't plan to go to university after College of Alameda.
That's right.
I was going to graduate and then start doing the music. During the HBCU college tour, it was the first time I actually left California. I got to see North Carolina. I got to see Maryland, Baltimore, There was like 2 other places I got to see, and what I saw with my own eyes on those campuses at university, that's when I made my mind up that I was definitely going to go to university. I wanted to go to Clark Atlanta. Clark Atlanta wanted $33,000 for tuition. One of my goals was to graduate without being in debt.
That's right.
So Clark Atlanta was out. I was doing my paperwork to go to Florida Memorial because they only wanted $15,000. I said I could make that work. In the process of doing my paperwork, I get a call from Mississippi Valley State. Didn't even know the school existed, bruh.
Come on now.
And they told me about the affordable tuition.
Come on.
They told me how it was like in an isolated place.
You know.
Most people thought that shit would be boring.
I want.
But for a nigga like me who come from here, I
Come
said
on.
boring is what I need to focus and get my shit together. So when they told me that, that's when my decision was made. And I went down there in 2018.
Praise God. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So check this out. You just touched on a lot of stuff real quick before I just asked you before we move on. What was your major?
Speech communication.
Speech communication, and the motherfucker's a rapper.
Yeah.
Give it up for him.
Believe it or not, blood, I used to be hella shy, quiet, and introverted.
Okay.
And I knew I had to get out of that shit, so I chose to study an area I was lacking in. And sure enough, speech communication really helped me with that shit.
Dope.
Yep.
You know what's funny though, because like speaking in front of people, that takes a lot of courage to actually get up there. Because like I was gonna ask you this question that I always like to ask people. What's more uncomfortable for you, to perform in front of a lot of people or smaller crowds?
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot of people?
A lot of people was definitely more uncomfortable for me, for sure. It's just the nerves and the anxiety of it all. But I meditate regularly.
Okay.
So if I can, give me 20 minutes to meditate, shit, I can perform in front of anybody. You throw me up there without meditation, yeah, the nerves going to be kicking me a little bit.
Yeah.
But a bigger crowd would definitely be a little more uncomfortable for me.
Back in the day, we were talking about the importance, you know what I'm saying, of people actually traveling, because one of the reasons I believe that a lot of people in black cities and inner cities where a lot of black people reside or people of color get into trouble because they don't take enough trips and see what's out there. You said that taking a trip and leaving California and just seeing other things actually change your life. Do you think that that's part of the reason why there's so much crime, because kids don't actually get out and see anything else?
I think that's definitely closely connected, because if you don't get out, you think that the little box that you in, you think that's the only part there is to the world. So a lot of people who go to doing like robbery and shit like that, they feel like that's their only option because they don't know that there's other ways out there. But when you do travel and you see different parts of the world, it does open your mind up to like, yo, there's more shit out there for me, for sure.
Of course.
So I think that definitely is a part of it, because it places you in the box.
That's right.
When you travel and you leave, you get to expand that box.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure, man. So talk about how your hip-hop experience started.
The best way I can put it to you, bro, is I didn't have guidance growing up. My dad was in the street shit. He was always in jail, so he wasn't around. Moms was too busy trying to pay the bills to pay attention to me. So I was kind of like this little kid who was just left alone.
Okay.
Music is what would talk to me. Music guided me. Music educated me. So I have a deep love for hip-hop, because hip-hop like taught me when I was a little kid who didn't have no guidance. So that's where it all started from for me. And I still have that same love for it today, which is what I put into my own music, for sure.
What do you like more, recording or performing?
Shit, that's a good ass question. I'm gonna say both.
Both?
I'm gonna say both. I love being in the booth, being in my own little zone. I just started recording, like performing, like a year ago.
Okay.
So I just got my taste of that, and I really like the feel for that shit too. So I say I like both of them, bro.
Have you forgot your lyrics yet? Have that happened to you yet?
That shit happen all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I got new shit out right now that I don't even remember the words to.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, during the showcase, the reason I'm going to Miami in November, they had a showcase at Complex. This was on December 9th.
Last year.
Okay. And during that performance, I actually did forget some of my lyrics while I was performing. But But again, like I just kept going, and sure enough, a nigga came in first place, so it worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was dope. You know, you a solo artist, right?
Yep.
Have you ever rapped in a group?
I have not.
Okay.
Have not. I don't think that'll be for me.
In what way not so?
My style is my style ain't for everybody. My shit is definitely, it's diverse and it's unique. So by trying to bring it into a group, in a sense, what it does is put me in the box.
So a lot of people say that their style is unique. How does your style different than the next motherfucker that's right next to you?
I'm going to say it goes back to what I say about that deep love for hip hop.
Okay.
You got some people nowadays, especially now in 2023, who they just do music for the shit that comes with it. The popularity, the clout and all that. But that genuine love for that shit, it's not there. That's why I say mine is unique. Mine is unique because I still got that genuine love for every single line that I put into my music. You can feel that shit. So the beats that I choose is unique. The wordplay that I use, the metaphors and the bars, it's unlike any other artist. That's why I say my shit is unique.
So if I'm sitting up there and I'm walking into a record store, who would your music be next to based on the genre?
I'm going to answer this based on what I've gotten from my supporters.
Okay. He said based on what I got from my supporters. He the type of nigga, if a chick say, D, it seem like you got hella bitches. He the type of nigga say, I don't got bitches, I just got concerned citizens.
And then they'll reply and be like, man, you too smooth.
That's right. That's right.
That's accurate, though. But what I've heard, though, like, seriously, people don't compare my shit to J. Cole.
Okay.
God rest his soul. People don't compare my shit to Nip. And I've even heard a little bit of Dizzy Wright. I don't know if you're familiar with Dizzy Wright.
I've never heard of Dizzy
He's an
Wright.
artist from Vegas.
Shout out to Dizzy.
Shout out to Dizzy.
And shout out to the Nip and J.
Shout
Cole.
out to Nip. Shout out to Cole. Shout out to Dizzy for sure. But I've definitely heard those three comparisons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and with this music stuff, what kind of imprint do you actually want to leave on the world?
That's a great question. The foundation for it always is to inspire.
To inspire?
Inspire. The same thing that it did for me. It inspired me to be something more than what I saw in my environment. So I want my shit to inspire the next person to know that you can be better. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people may think your dreams is too big for the world. I want my music, when you hear my shit, to be like, no, my dreams ain't too big. I can actually do this shit. So my thing is to inspire.
You know, it's funny, though, because shout out to Kanye West, right?
Shout out Yeezy.
When people sit there and talk about Kanye West, right, some people be like, man, he's crazy, man, he's this, he's that. But the stuff that he actually be saying is on point as far as, like, in terms of what he thinks that he actually can do. And he does realize that there is no limit to your dreams. There's no limit to your dreams.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes, did you see his documentary?
I didn't, but there was two people who recommended that I watch that shit, and I haven't seen it yet.
I think that documentary will actually do something really, really good for just you as a person.
Okay.
Because it's a documentary. I mean, it's not fake or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But it was like, what I gathered from the documentary is that Kanye actually wanted to people to give him a chance. But what made him successful is that he had to make his own chance his own way. Because sometimes people could pigeonhole you into doing certain things when that certain thing that you actually doing is only a part of who you are and not the whole part of who you are.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So talk about your album a little bit.
So I got something come out it's called Find Your Pace. That's coming out pretty soon. I've only dropped one sneak peek of that. It's called Game Time. Game Time is out on all platforms. And the basics of the album is called Find Your Pace for a reason. It's more so considered back to Nip when he says the marathon continues. Mm-hmm. Find Your Pace is basically saying that your timeline ain't nobody else's timeline. You know what I'm saying? I'm 32 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm doing all the things that I always wanted to do when I was a little kid.
That's right.
Things that other people would tell me is too late. You know what I mean? So Find Your Pace is just like your pace is your pace. Once you be able to find your pace in the world, you're going to be able to find success and everything else that you want to come with it.
Yeah.
Don't be comparing yourself and your timeline to anybody else's. Find your pace means just find your own hole, find that lane, and once you do that, you're going to be good from there.
Okay.
So that's find your pace.
So how many tracks you got on it?
It's only 3.
It's only 3? So it's an EP?
It's 4, 3-track EP, but it has a bonus track, which is Game Time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so when did it drop?
It ain't dropped yet. I might put it out maybe next week.
Okay.
Maybe next week.
Maybe.
I'm being a little stingy with my music right now.
Okay, well, just remember to put as much stuff out, much stuff out as possible.
Definitely.
Don't lose no time. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And who are some of your biggest influences that you actually gravitate towards when creating?
Kind of the same ones we already talked about. Cole. I love J. Cole. That's one of my biggest inspirations for multiple reasons, not just the music, but the fact that he actually played professional basketball late in his career.
Professional basketball, like overseas?
Yeah, that's actually some shit I'm trying to do. I just had a combine last weekend in L.A. for this league in Africa to go play professionally. So J. Cole is one of my
When was
guys.
you gonna tell me that?
Yeah, the layers is deep. The layers is deep.
When
man.
was you gonna tell me that?
Hey, it's just gonna come out when the timing is right. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker, man.
But yeah, I would say.
Oh, by the way, Lawrence, I fucked your bitch. When was you gonna tell me that, nigga? No. Hey, you know what? I'll be having a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know, some shit is true, some shit is false.
Hey, we
but with whole
can relate
different.
to that up. We can relate to that.
Oh, you did too? No, I'm just playing.
LD's, you taking it there.
Man, come on,
now,
man. Hey, man, we be at. Shout out to Ricky.
man.
Shout out to Ricky Antonio, man.
100%.
Man, shout out to Ricky Antonio. We was sitting up there kicking and I pulled that shit on him, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a real good time.
Absolutely, man. But like I say, J. Cole is one of my inspirations. Dizzy Wright, Nipsey's one of my biggest role models, especially like I say, not having guidance. Nipsey is huge for me. And Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard is one of my biggest inspirations as well.
Dame.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Shout out to Dame.
Shout out Dame Dollar, man.
Why? You know, how did you pick Dame, though? Because I love Dame. Let me tell you something about Dame.
Talk to me.
You know what I love about Dame? When he throws his block parties at Brookfield, he actually gets them the good shit. It's bigger than just the barbecue pit or something like that. I mean, this brother got everybody sitting up there performing. He got zip liners, and he's still doing what he wanted to do.
100%.
Shout out to Dame.
Shout out to Dame, giving back to the city and the community. But shit, we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Oh, you from 9-8?
I grew up in Brookfield.
You know Ray Rod and Dirty Mackin?
Dirty Mackin sound familiar. Yes, yes.
Yeah, shout out to Ray Rod and Dirty Mackin.
Yeah, but we grew up in the same neighborhood. The Brookfield Rec Center.
Yeah.
Actually, the very first time that I stepped foot in there.
Okay.
And I meant to tell him this. In 2019, I was out there in Mississippi, and I went to a game to see him when they played the Memphis Grizzlies. Showed me mad love after the game. And I meant to tell him this, and I didn't. But the very first time I stepped foot in Brookfield Rec Center, I was in the 7th grade. He was in there practicing, trying to catch an alley-oop 360 with his left hand and dunk it. And he kept missing it. And me as a youngster back then, I'm looking at him like, bruh, obviously you can't do it. Why do you keep trying?
That's right.
And it's like now seeing what my nigga doing right now, I definitely understand. The dedication and the hard work he was putting in back then. But we was in the same gym playing all the time. Like, I know his brother, so I followed him closely. And, you know what I'm saying, we talk back and forth on Instagram, so we've kind of always been tapped in and just seeing what he's doing is just hella inspirational.
And he's a legend, man.
100%.
A legend.
100%.
And a Hall of Famer.
Already written. If he stopped now, definitely a legend.
I'm proud of him, man. You know, some people are from Oakland, and some people are of Oakland and add value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's good to see people that act, because Oakland is one of those places, it's rough out here, and we got some great people that's known for the wrong things.
Yep.
And we got some great people that's known for the good things.
100%.
And it's good to see that, the hood needs to see great role models in a good space is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we We want to be known for all the wrong stuff. Oh, nigga, you going to college. This nigga going to college. Nigga think then when you get it, then nigga think he's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, I do think I'm smart. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Shout out to Dame with his rich balling ass. But you know what? I got to tell you a story about Brookfield Gym.
Talk to me.
So I had a homegirl that I was hanging out with, you know what I'm saying? She was like an older sister to me, you know what I'm saying? And I was hanging out with her when I was going through, you know, whatever I was going through. And it was good. She used to pick me up. Come on, let's go, little brother. All right, so we go to this Brookfield basketball game. It was a girls' game. I forgot why we were there, but we were there. So it's a chick. It was a girl on the other team. It was a girl on one team. She had to be about maybe 280 pounds and about 5'11", and obviously she was playing center. And she had a Afro puff up here. So the ball goes up. She grabs the ball, booty bump one girl out the way. And girls, when they don't really play basketball, some of them, they shoot different, so she shot like this. And some chick that had to be about 5'1", jumped up trying to swat the ball and missed the ball and swatted her Afro puff on the motherfucking ground.
Motherfucker came on?
It came on. And she picked that motherfucker up and got her big ass back on defense.
Okay.
Shout out to Dame.
Shout out to Big Baby getting back on defense.
Oh, for
sure. Ponytail slapped off. Oh, mamas.
So talk about, you know what I'm saying, how yo workout regime and getting back into basketball.
So that's a little loaded too. It's gonna be something else. He like, you wasn't gonna tell me this, motherfucker. But I also just finished 2 years of teaching. See, I told you, I knew it was coming.
Man, this motherfucker.
I knew it was coming.
What else you gonna talk about, nigga? I gotta ask you a question.
What's up, G? What's up?
If somebody steals this person's car, is it wrong if the person who got their car stole fucks the person's bitch who stole his car?
Nah, it's not wrong.
Yes. But I understand.
It's not wrong. Sometimes you gotta just take your L and chunk it up to the game.
For sure, man. For sure. So you teaching now, man?
I just finished my second year of teaching.
Where at?
At Achieve Academy on Fruitvale, right in the deep heart of East Oakland.
Fruitvale?
Fruitvale.
Is the deep heart of East Oakland?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's right on the borderline, right before you hit the deep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I want to know now, because I got to stick up for the East now. Where do deep East Oakland start at? We got to clarify this shit because my protractors not protractors, my supporters are going to get on my ass if I don't correct this.
Okay.
Where do the deep East Oakland start at?
Okay, I got Oakland niggas in the room with me. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. We talking about the deep. I'm gonna say the deep East.
You said the deep.
The deep East.
You said the deep. I'm just trying to make sure that we talking about the same.
The deep. Say that should start like right around the seminary area.
Okay, I could go for that. I'll say
seminary on up. That's the deep East.
I'll say 73rd, but that'll work. I'll say the mall.
Eastmont.
Yeah, Eastmont.
Okay. You know,
70.
Seminary right there by Eastmont. You know, they like close cousins.
And I'd say the heart of East Oakland is probably the 50s. Somewhere around there. 50s, 40s, High Street. A little bit high between High Street and Seminary. Somewhere around there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That's valid.
Because that's the middle.
That's valid.
Yeah, so you was sitting up there, you teaching, right?
Yeah.
What do you think your superpower is as a teacher?
Honestly, is where I came from Oakland. And to this day, my principal and my mentor could not understand or comprehend why I was such a good teacher.
Stop. Repeat that back to me.
My principal and my mentor, they could not comprehend why I was such a good teacher.
Now, when you say your principal, are you saying your principal in school or your principal that you're teaching at?
The principal at the school I was teaching at.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. When I took the job, they didn't train me to do that job the way they were supposed to. They kind of just gave me the keys and threw me into a classroom. What they did not know Bro, I was doing magic inside of that classroom with them kids.
Okay.
And I think a large part of it comes from where I come from.
Okay.
The background of being from the streets.
That's right.
So I was able to give these kids the two things that I feel like all kids deserve, which is, for one, love.
Okay.
All kids need love.
He kicking that miseducation to
You know
Lauryn
what I'm
Hill
saying?
game. This nigga trying to win a grant. This nigga trying to win a grant. This nigga trying to win some grant money.
Yeah.
This nigga finna leave and put this snippet up and put a GoFundMe up.
Oh, I think you got us in the right place, bro. You got us in the right place, big dog.
And what's the other thing they need?
So with that love, they also need a combination of discipline.
Yep.
So when I gave them that love, too much love, they're going to run over you. Anytime they thought they was going to do that, I told them straight up, I'm from the streets. I'm from East Oakland. I said, y'all not about to do that. I said, I know people bigger than y'all, stronger than y'all, and tougher than y'all. That's not what we finna do in my classroom. So that combination of love and discipline was a recipe for like a great classroom culture that I ran for the past 2 years.
If you don't mind me asking, what grade did you teach? Like, what, 12? I mean, 10th?
I was elementary.
Elementary.
My first year, I taught 4th grade.
Okay.
And the connection that I had with the kids was so dope. I chose to go up to 5th grade so I can teach those same kids for another year.
Gotcha.
So that's what I did.
Gotcha.
But I think I'm done.
Gotcha. Have any of their mamas ever put on their shoes and boots? Oh, can I say something? Don't answer that.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't.
Don't answer that.
I was going to plead the 5th on that one.
Don't answer that. You can always press pass.
Okay. I'm going to keep a couple of those right here.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
So while we on here, man, you got any questions you want to ask me?
A question I do have for you, for a young and up and coming artist like myself.
Okay.
From the Bay Area, who may not have all the knowledge and resources to do this shit, what type of advice would you give me for somebody trying to do what I'm trying to do?
Keep going and be authentic. And remember this, there's only one you. Make sure that you actually selling your personality too. My content is good, but people fuck with me on my personality.
Yeah.
Whether it's music, here, or just at my job.
Got you.
My superpower is not just because I'm the smartest person in the room, because I'm not the smartest person in the room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it's being engaging.
Okay.
Being engaging is disarming. That's why, like, some people come in here, right? They get up a little tight, you know what I'm saying? But then if I'm talking to them long enough or something like that, now we having a good time. It's almost like we've been drinking the whole time, but I don't drink.
Got you.
So, you know, that's my thing. I'm engaging.
Got you.
So whatever your superpower is, push that superpower on the world.
That's real. That's real.
Your influence.
Got you.
You might not have no kids, but you do have spiritual kids if you're teaching them right.
100%.
You got to realize this is that somewhere in the world, you probably the most important person to somebody in the world, whoever that is.
Shit, I ain't never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
Sometimes you might be the only person somebody got. You gotta run that bag up.
Got you. No, that's definitely valid. I've had a few of my students personally come tell me that
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah, because in the black community, there's a lot of people that are missing. There's always something that is missing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are missing. When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s, a lot of people's parents smoked crack. So a lot of people was raised by different people in their family.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure. I always say I had a community granny.
Like that.
Who raised me in Brookfield.
But see, a village is supposed to raise kids, right? Like if I sit there and my son, you know what I'm saying, my little son see her, he's going to look at her like an auntie. You better not be doing that, Levi.
Right.
Or honorable. And they know that she going to tell, and I give her permission to check my kids along with Steve. You know what I'm saying? If y'all was more around, of course, you know, but y'all could, now, a kid to say, nigga, you can't tell me nothing, nigga, you ain't my daddy, as if the daddy comes around anyway.
Right.
The nigga ain't been around this, what? You know where he at?
And then motherfuckers turn the other cheek.
Yeah. You know where he at?
Yeah.
You know where your daddy at?
Right.
Shit, I mean, if he was just this big, bold, prevalent king chess piece, I wouldn't be in this motherfucker.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? That soda that you want in the refrigerator, I bought that.
Right.
For you.
That's it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got. That's the advice I got. Know your audience. Know your audience. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to church cussing. You know what I'm saying? And you can't bring all that church stuff to the club. Know your audience. I can know.
Right.
Because I know my audience. I know who to kick this shit to.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'll corner a motherfucker up in the club and then start asking them what the 10 commandments is. Because I just don't give a fuck. But that's just me, though.
Yeah. That's kind of the reason why I stopped being a teacher, blood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I had to hold back too much of like who I truly am. I always felt like rap was my superpower in the classroom.
Why didn't you have the kids rapping in class?
Just to be honest, because I do use cuss words in my rap. Not a lot. Like, I ain't out there, bitch this, fuck that. I ain't rapping like that. But I do use cuss words. I do use the N-word a lot. And in my classroom, I be telling them, don't cuss, don't use the N-word.
Okay.
I don't want to be a hypocrite. But, of course, I got to teach the youth. So I tell them, like, be better than me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then when I step into the booth and I'm rap, like, yo, there's no chill, no filters.
What's the definition of a hypocrite, though?
Definition of a hypocrite?
Yeah.
That's like me telling you shouldn't be smoking and drinking, but all I'm doing is smoking and drinking my damn self.
Okay.
That's a hypocrite. Somebody who's trying to tell you not to do something, but they're indulging in it themselves.
But check this out, though. If I'm telling a 5-year-old some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Does that add any difference to it just because they're not of age to do it?
No, that's a good point. No, that's
okay.
different. That's different.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just sitting up here just having a conversation just to see how quick your motherfucking brain works.
Yeah, that's a little different because you poured into the youth now.
Yeah.
So that's a little different. Yeah. But it started to just, like I say, I'm 32, blood. Yeah. And I'm sure you know as a man, the older you get, the more you just step into your own unfiltered. You don't care about what nobody else think. So that's why I couldn't be a teacher no longer, because this is what I really wanted to do and pursue.
Well, you know what I do recommend, though? Make sure that what you do, right, that they buy the whole package. If you're a rapper, then you need to be rapping kind of at school or rapping at school and have the kids and rap. Who knows? You might make a song for the kids and it might blow up. It might be your biggest hit.
I never
Kid songs blow up. You got to realize this is that you know who's buying the rap records?
The little ones.
The little ones and the women. The women are buying it because they think, oh, look at little Fooey. Look at him do the stanky leg. Right. I wish I could make a song like that, like do the nay nay and shit like that.
Watch me nay nay. Yeah.
That shit, that was the first time I seen a YouTube views and it had a B on it. You know what that B is?
Billion.
Never seen it before that.
Billion.
Normally they say like 100 M. Right. That shit said 3B. I'm like, B, damn, I didn't know they was getting that high.
Right, it's because of the kids.
Yeah, because the women are buying it for their children. Gotcha. Niggas ain't buying no shit for the kids to dance to.
Right.
If you got a little boy, I mean, you know, men ain't really tripping off their sons dancing, and they really ain't tripping off their daughters dancing just because of the images that they actually see on TV. When a man thinks about his daughter dancing, you know what he's thinking? She probably twerking. He don't want his daughter twerking. She's only like 2 years old. So I would recommend it anytime that wherever you at, especially like when you're working with kids and stuff like that, man, it's a lot of money, man, teaching kids how to rap. They might have made you a music teacher.
Yeah. That's a good point. It was funny, though, because funny thing with kids and social media, they Google you.
That's right. They do.
And so some of my students started to Google me.
That's right.
And they started finding me on like Instagram and Facebook. And the secret was blown in my classroom. My students knew.
That's right.
I kept that shit outside of the classroom. So like admin and all them, they never knew. But my students, once they started coming up to me, I heard your song.
How did they crack the code?
Your music is really dope.
That's because they think you dope. I'm not saying your music ain't dope, but that's what I'm talking about. When they know who you are,
yeah,
they messing with you.
For sure. And it just goes back to the connection that I built with the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Once I was able to build that connection with them first, it was kind of okay once they started finding out what I really did.
For sure.
They kept that trust in-house.
But I'm saying this, though. If they called you Mr. This, how did they make the connection that you was D from Oakland, though?
Because of my social media.
But I'm saying, how did they find you on social media?
I guess they put in my full name. They somehow found my full name, which is Daniel Henderson.
Oh.
And they start putting that in Google, and that's attached to
So you got a little stalker.
a few. It was a few.
Oh, it might have been the mama.
It was a few.
For sure, man. Before we get out of here, did we cover everything?
Yeah, like I say, the layers are so deep, man.
Yeah.
We can probably do this for like hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, depending on the questions. I'm like an open book. I don't just willingly come out and just say everything, but
Yeah.
the more the questions come, the more I open up.
Well, that's cool, man, because you kind of answer questions kind of like you getting drilled by the police. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying too much, but you just saying enough just to keep your ass out of jail, nigga.
100%. 100%. I'm sure you noticed they say real G's move in silence.
Do they?
That's my motto.
Do they?
I got a saying, the ones who supposed to know will know.
For sure, man. So speaking of social media, what do you think about people saying too much on Instagram and this and that about the new podcast world, right? The new podcast world consists of a lot of people just sitting up there talking about who did such and such to what. How do you feel about that?
So it's two ways I can look at it. For one, I'm not gonna knock nobody's hustle. If that's what you got to do to get your money and pay your bills, by all means, go ahead and do that. I wish you the best of luck. But on the flip side of it, someone who is a teacher, someone who loves educating, I think you guys they're falsely influencing a lot of the youth, because you got people on there who are convinced that they know what they're talking about, and they really don't.
Yeah.
Just because you put a mic in front of somebody and they make it sound good, don't mean you actually have a critique message that people need to hear.
Yeah.
Social media is actually what's teaching the youth right now.
That's right.
Because all of them got phones and they stuck like this. So all those podcasts, the kids are watching.
Yeah.
And they're learning from that.
Yeah.
So again, you got torn, damaged people who are speaking from experiences that they've never healed from. And what it's kind of doing is, in a sense, is polluting the youth.
Okay.
So that's the only little part that I might disagree with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People who don't even really have real experiences, but they're speaking on something as if they've experienced it.
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't really agree with it. But I'm not going to knock nobody hustle. Get your money, get your bag.
Well, you know, and I'm glad you said that. The part that I was really trying to expound on is like when people actually get on there and they start talking about all these crimes and stuff that people actually committed and stuff like that.
Like what you mean?
Let's just say Fred Flintstone. Oh man, yeah, Fred, that him and Barney was at the party, and Mr. Slate, and George Jetson, them motherfuckers pulled up, and then Barney told, man, why are you doing that, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Right.
And I switched up names.
Of course. That was very intellectual, by the way. I see what you did there.
Because you got to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that goes back to the point that I was saying, though, because in a sense, what you're doing is you're spreading a false truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you haven't done your research about whatever that incident or that topic is, you should not be on that microphone speaking.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they just read one thing, they hop on the mic and start speaking.
Oh, for sure.
Where it's like, bruh, there's 5, 6, 7 other details that you missed to actually make the story a true story.
Yep.
And that's the part that I'm saying. When you go ahead and spill the false truth, you're teaching the kids the wrong thing, because those kids don't know yet how to go look up the other 6 or 7 details that the person speaking done missed out on.
Yeah.
That's why I said spreading the false truth.
Well, you know what's so crazy, and I'm going to end it on this note. You know what the best type of lie to tell is?
What's that?
One that has 90% truth. Prime example, right? Say like you had a girlfriend, right? And you broke up with her, and then you meet the love of your life. Right? Your ex-girlfriend is mad at you because she still wants to be with you. And she don't like your new girlfriend. Let's just call her new girlfriend Gail. New girl Gail.
All right.
And your ex-girlfriend is?
Christina.
Yeah. Christina can't stand Gail.
Okay.
She's hitting Gail up, blowing her up on Instagram, Facebook. Gail ain't shit. Right? So then you and Gail go out for New Year's.
Okay.
And Gail gets drunk as fuck this night. But you love her. You're going to go to Pack and Save and get her 5 things that she really likes. She needs some chicken soup, some 7-Up, some motherfucking cough drops, some wipes or whatever. Yeah. 5 items.
Okay.
Then you see, Crystal was her name? Christine. You see her, and she says, you know, D, you see her at the grocery store. You know, D, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about doing that to Gail. I'm just really happy for you. Blah this, blah that, and I promise I won't never do that again. And you know, when you really care about somebody, then you support them and all that old bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Then by Valentine's Day, she see you and your chick out, and they say, fuck you, D, yo, bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? You know, and she thinks she got her a good man. Yeah, I seen him the day after New Year's at Pack and Save. At this time, she had these items in the bag. Yeah, that little 7-Up, that soup, naming all the items, what you had on that day, and I took him to the parking lot and sucked his dick. She told that one lie, right?
Right.
You think your chick will believe that?
It's a good ass question.
You think my chick will believe that?
That depends on the type of connection you got with your chick. If you locked in tight with your chick, if y'all got an understanding of one another, the minute that shit come out of Christine's mouth, she ain't gonna believe none of that.
You know, my chick ain't gonna believe that. You know why?
Talk to me.
Because I done already told her this shit.
See, that's exactly what I mean right there. Exactly.
I've already told her this.
Exactly.
I constantly drill this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So you came home that same day from the store and was like, guess who I seen at the store?
Or just about the 90% of the best, you know, is the best lie and shit like that. And she's already going, yeah, man, I seen her. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay to tell on a bitch.
100%.
Telling on the bitch. Fast. I'm telling on the bitch. Out loud. I am telling on the bitch.
For sure.
You know what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
Telling on the bitch.
100%.
There's nothing wrong with that. They'll tell on you.
Yeah.
I'm telling on the bitch. I'm telling.
Especially when they got that 90% lie.
If I see my partner broad out of pocket, nigga, I'm telling.
Oh, factual.
Hey, man, I see you, bitch, man.
Factual. 100%. 100%. Oh, I done seen Woody, whoop. I gotta let you know, big dog.
Hey, man,
For
she
sure.
looking real happy, nigga. You bitch, man. Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, what's your social media shit, man?
So y'all can find me on Instagram, man, at DeeFromOakland. DEE from Oakland, no spaces. That's my Instagram. That's also on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, TikTok, all that. Everything is D from Oakland. That's where y'all can find me at.
And you know what? Before we get out of here, I'm glad you said TikTok. You need to actually, if you were still teaching, you could have used, see, TikTok is kid friendly.
Yeah.
You should have ran that bag and had them move the desk to your TikTok to your song. That was your thing right there.
Yeah.
Have a song, move the desk, woo. They could have a dance contest or all of them do it at the same time. But it's something that you could revisit though.
Nah, there's multiple people who've told me like, bro, you need to take your shit to TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's
but with the
where it's
kids
at.
though.
With
Make
the
a kid-friendly song.
Yeah.
Because I mean, kids, you could actually experiment with them.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's something we could put in the works for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is LD's, also known Lawrence, the one for another episode of I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.
Yes, sir.